All right, welcome back. So we also have my parents want me to break up with my girlfriend. I have a story here that I definitely think we should go through really quickly. Let me share the screen with you so you can follow along with me. Let's see. Let's share the screen. Boom. Let's talk about this together. My parents want me to break up with my girlfriend. I truly need to hear someone's thoughts on this. So my girlfriend, 18, and I are in an extremely bad predicament. Let me put it in this way. My parents despise my partner for reasons that I don't understand. It's gotten to the point where my father went into my girlfriend's house to tell her family that he truly wants us to split up. That guy is determined. When my parents find out that we meet each other, we only meet secretly, they become enraged and take my phone away from me for an extended period of time, preventing us from communicating. We never consider splitting up because we love each other, but it is extremely painful because my parents dislike her. Every single day it stresses me out and I don't know what to do. We have been together for about a year, so I'm 18. And for anyone who is telling me to talk to my parents about it, okay, so this was from a forum that we got this from. For anyone telling me to talk to my parents about it, I already did dozens of times and they don't respond. Also, I overheard them talking about her physical appearance, and the fact that her parents are divorced makes them think that she has a bad personality, although they haven't even met yet. I really can't figure out the exact reason why they don't like her. Also, a lot of people are telling me to get a job and move out. All right. Here in Asia, okay, it's really hard to get a job that pays enough to buy food, rent, etc., especially since we are both in our senior high school years. Yes, this is puppy love situation. Puppy love, right? Nonetheless, I think we can learn some serious lessons from this, right? There's a lesson we can learn from this, especially gentlemen. There's a lesson we can learn from this, right? A lot of people like to separate relationships and marriage and say, "Oh, but it's different in marriage," and it's bullshit. It's the same thing. Okay, you will get shit tests from women all the time, and also the way you show up to your family members. Sometimes they will decide for you. Sometimes they feel like they don't trust you, so they have to make adult decisions for you, and especially if you're 18 years old, right? But trust me, I know 43-year-old men going through this. I know 43-year-old men that can't make a decision for themselves, and effectively their mother is helping them screen a girl. Personally, I know them. Okay, so what is the issue here? The real issue here is that these people, they don't trust you. It's not that they don't love you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not making the right decisions for you. Okay, but the bottom line is that they don't trust you. Okay, they don't trust your ability to make decisions for yourself. Are they wrong or right? I think it's irrelevant if they're right or wrong. Absolutely, it's irrelevant. I think if they're wrong, you really don't gain anything for me declaring them wrong for you. If they're right, you don't really gain anything either. You know, if they're wrong, you resent them, you go back home and you say, "Screw you, mother and father. You should let me date the person I want to date," right? If I tell you they're right, then you're potentially will say, "Yeah, let me just disconnect from this girl and move on." Could that be the wrong decision? It depends. But again, there's something that we're not digging through. We're not talking about, we have to talk about, why do you feel the need to take permission from your parents on who you should date? That's what I want to know, right? Well, it could be because you're 18. Maybe you really shouldn't be dating. If you have to ask your parents permission to date a particular person, there's a good chance that you're not ready to be dating. You're not a man yet. You'll get there, but you're not there yet. Just because you're 18 doesn't mean you're a man. right? Just because you're 43 does not mean you're a man. So, and these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. Sorry, okay. Right? There's certain characteristics that makes up you being a man. One of those is self-sustainability, being able to sustain yourself as a person. Take care of yourself. Make certain tough decisions by yourself. Off of limited information, right? Being able to make decisions and being able to move in a way that the people around you trust your decision making, even if it's wrong, right? And you're not in that space. So this is not really about the fact that he's 18. That makes it obvious. We can say, hey, like some people already said, right? Like, hey, maybe move out and find a job. Is that really the right decision for an 18 years old to make? That's not always the case. I actually moved to the United States by myself from Nigeria after being raised in Nigeria for 15 years. I came back by myself to the United States, and eventually within a few months, I've been basically adulting for all that time, right? I'm 43 now, so damn near what? I'm 42 now. I'm going to be 43 later. Almost 25 years, right? That I've been basically adulting. There's a lot of mistakes that you make as 18 years old, right? That if you don't have to deal with that, if you can just go to college and live in the dorms, you should do exactly that. But that's not an absolute, right? So anyway, from this letter right here, my girlfriend and I are in an extremely bad predicament. No, it's not bad. It looks like you are basically biting more than you can chew. It looks like you're not matured enough to handle this kind of business. It's not because you're 18. Again, like I said, I know 40-year-old man. It's kind of sad, but they're not ready. Even off of the way they talk, you could tell. Some of them are divorced, and you could tell, like, it's so obvious why they're divorced when they start talking, right? Let me put it in this way. My parents despise my partner. See, even that attitude that they despise your partner, right? But they don't know your partner, right? But if you've heard them, you eavesdrop, you've heard them talk about her looks. Well, that's kind of terrible. There are some parents, let me just say this. There are some parents that is absolutely prejudiced. They just don't like a person from a different race, or different from a different town, or different culture. There's some parents like that, absolutely. And there are also some parents that they can see something that you're not able to see. So I don't know the specifics, right? But I can tell you that the younger you are, the chances are they are right, and they can see something. Maybe it has nothing to do with the girl, but you did say you overheard them saying something about the girl. But a lot of time with young men going through this is because your parents want you to stay focused, and chances are they've made certain mistakes and they don't want you to make that kind of mistake, right? Does that mean you shouldn't date her? Right? That's not the reason why you shouldn't date her. The fact that you're not confident in dating her regardless tells me that you really should not be dating. Not because of your parents, okay? If you come to me and you say, hey, I've had a few people come to me and say, hey, what do you think about her? I'm like, I should be asking you that question. What do you think about her? Because I'm not the one that's going to be dating her. You are going to be dating her. And if you're not confident that you are going to be dating this person, you probably should not be dating them. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking another person for their opinion, right? There's nothing wrong. I'm just saying it's a delicate situation. You got to be careful when you're not that confident about the person you're trying to date or the idea of dating at all. I think you should continue to work on yourself. At some point, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. If you really feel like, this is an authentic situation where I just need help in making a decision, then you can also engage professional counsel. You can engage wise counsel and talk to someone about it, right? But from this particular picture I'm looking at, there's just too many factors that tells me red flag, not on the girl you're trying to date, not on your parents, but more so on you, on your maturity level. Again, when a man says, my mother didn't allow me to date this woman, 9 times out of 10, I leave room for one, right? 9 times out of 10 is because it's not matured enough to be dating. He hasn't worked on himself. And they could be 40, they could be 35. I know a few people like that. They need to work on themselves. They need to build a discernment spirit. They need to be able to say, I want her, and I'm making a decision. I want to be with her. If you're not able to do that, you need other people's input. Yes, that's going to backfire really badly.